Okay, so I want to do a video with Frida here. Frida's a pretty common case. This is a dog that's reactive or aggressive with dogs with the owner, but when it comes here, we don't have any issues with the dog. No. So I just want to talk out loud briefly about what's going on. My process, just my mental process of what I'm going through with this dog. So first of all, around the doorways, it's super important that every time we open a doorway, we're checking in with the dog. Hey, are you paying attention to me? Are you like listening to me? Or are you just trying to get what you want and trying to kind of blow past me? So this right here is a dog that's going, I'm listening to you. What do you want? Okay, let's go. Remy, no. I'm not going to have Remy in here because that's going to make the socialization a little more stressful. If anything, I'm going to let Remy in second. Come on, Rem. Okay, but you can see here she is around McCoy, a young boy dog. Frida, come. I'm immediately testing her. Hey, do you listen to me around the dogs? Because if you don't listen like that without a remote and without food, hey, no. Well, you can't hang out with dogs. You have to listen to that extent, that clearly, where I say your name and you just like snap and go, yep, what do you want? See how she's around Tessa. Come on, McCoy. Let me say nothing to her and see what she does. So she's smelling, she's curious. Oftentimes, when you have these types of issues, hey, no. You could see Tessa was getting nervous and then she was kind of following her anyways. Hey, no. Don't bother Tess. This is our number one Tess. Hey, no. She walks up a little assertively there. You gonna put Charlotte on the treadmill? Yeah. Perfect. She's trying to initiate play, which is good. Hey! I'm testing her. Now, because she's been in the structured program for the last week, we have not been coddling her. We have not been sharing very soft moments with her, impressing upon her how soft we are, how sweet we are, how supple we are. It's very easy for her to understand who the boss is, who the leader is, because I have not been giving her a tremendous amount of affection. I had a moment yesterday with her where I pet her, but I would say probably cumulatively in the last week, she's probably not had much petting at all. The thing about the petting with the dogs is oftentimes, as I was talking about in a video earlier, it could kind of undermine the relationship if we're not careful. It's not that petting the dog's bad, but what happens is we get an overly emotional relationship going with the dog. We can't really separate ourselves from them. Frida, come. No. Frida, come. Sit. No. Sit. I'm going to see if she does it. But she'll do this thing where she kind of looks at you and acts, no. She looks at you and kind of acts submissive or kind of acts scared. And like she kind of is like, oh, I'm scared. I can't do this. I can't hold still. I can't lay down. I can't sit. I'm like too scared right now. I'm too weak right now. And it's kind of a tactic that she uses to kind of get out of doing what you're telling her to do. It's like, free to sit. And she's like, I can't. I'm scared. No. Sit. No. You'll see she's not doing it as much with me, but I had it on video earlier of her making this. She's doing it a little bit here, right there, where she makes this very like scared, submissive look. And like, this can be twofold, right? The dog can do this and we cannot. No. Sit. No. Sit. Like, it's not that complicated, Frida. I'm saying sit and you don't get up until I tell you you're able to get up. That's how that works. Look at her face now of the dog that's like, hey, what do you want me to do? But the problem is when the dog's kind of coddled and cradled too much, we start a relationship with that other dog that looks at us like that really soft look. And then this dog, the kind of serious dog of, hey, do what I say. This is important. We may not have as much of a relationship with that dog unless we really integrate the training into our relationship. And we're like, hey, Frida, we're going to do a training exercise because I love you. Hey, Frida, I'm going to make you hold a downstay for an hour because I love you. Hey, Frida, no. Hey, Frida, I'm going to make you hold a sit because I love you. No. Sit. It's not that complicated. You know, like I'm saying sit, you sit. Break. But just mastering that basic stuff and holding her accountable around doorways and basic commands. You know, that's the problem, is people aren't disciplining the dog except when the dog goes crazy. And then the person may not even know how to discipline the dog. The dog may not even know how to be disciplined. But if I discipline the dog, like even right there, hey, you know, you're not holding a sit. I'm going to make you hold the sit longer. Frida, come. Good. No, come. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good. Okay, break. But just holding her accountable and going, yeah, when I say come, it means come all the way to me. When I say sit, it means sit and hold your sit. Not because I'm going to shock you, not because I got a scary collar on you. This is just me using my body language, my tone of voice. Hey, leave her alone. If I tell you to leave something alone, leave it alone. It's not complicated. But like I said, the emotions will undermine this. The feelings of feeling warm and fuzzy and just laying there on the sofa with this dog cuddling her will give you a false sense of safety. And if you don't practice training the dog and holding the dog accountable and going, what the fuck? We were just snuggling and now you won't even hold a downstay? No, that's not cool. If you don't have those check-ins with the dog will get away from you. They'll lose respect for you. And also, in practicing training drills like that, you start picking up on, hey, what's it look like when the dog is being, what's it look like when the dog's being obedient? What's it look like when the dog's kind of not listening and trying to kind of manipulate the situation? Frida, come. No, come. No. This is another tactic. I have to. No, Frida, no. McCoy, no. No, dude, no. We're done. No, sorry, game's over. You guys don't fucking listen to me. You don't get to play. That's the other thing. If you got another dog in the household and she plays with that dog and she doesn't listen to you when she's playing, how can anybody be surprised if the dog doesn't listen at some point later around a dog that you don't know? When I don't mean to be stern, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but I mean, like, just think about it. Like, if I have two brothers in the house and they're playing wrestling and I go, kids, stop, it's too crazy, and the kids completely ignore me, and then later one of those boys is at the park and he starts wrestling with another kid in the park, and the wrestling match is getting crazy, and I go, hey, stop wrestling that kid, it's getting too crazy, and the other kid's not my kid, they're not going to stop. So that's what you saw right here, of her going, I don't stop when I play, I fucking play. What, look over at you for a second? I'm like, no, I said stop, princess. But this is the problem. I mean, the remote collars, the prong collars, it can kind of give you a shortcut to get a sense of control over the dog. But if it's not really integrated into the relationship and the way that we feel, and we're kind of using that tool as a management tool, and we're not using it correctly, it won't have the desired effect. The dog will start, watching and waiting to see if we have the remote, and if we don't have it, they'll do crazy stuff. And I've seen that with her. She is collar smart. Like, we took her out yesterday with, like, I know if she was wearing a remote right now, and I had even tapped it 2 times before this whole thing started, I wouldn't have had to follow through like I did with her. But I wanted you to see how I followed through without the remote collar with her. There's actually a dog in that tunnel, believe it or not. Let's test them now and see. Hey. Good. Okay, break. Okay, go. Okay, go. Yay, have fun. Tessa almost had fun there. But Tessa got nervous. Hey. I don't know if you want. I know another trainer too in Ojai who's come up here a lot. I think he even knows Frida. So he could help you in Ojai with some socialization. He has a lot of dogs himself. So if you wanted access to dogs in Ojai to bring her around that are stable to kind of practice this type of stuff with in a controlled yard, he would be the person to talk to. Start bringing her back out. Because, I mean, it's sad because she does like playing with dogs. Like, she really likes dogs. And that would be really frustrating to me if my dog liked dogs and liked to play, but then either got carried away and took it too far, or was still charging dogs or reactive on a leash. I don't know the details of what happened with the incident with her face, but that'd be really frustrating. It's one thing if your dog just doesn't like dogs, but when they do like dogs, it's annoying, because it's like, hey, if we did this differently, you could totally have fun and have a good time. Okay, not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, just trying to share information here. And if there are a lot of heavy emotions coming up around Frida, maybe that's something to look into. Of why has this been such an emotional topic? But maybe not look into it in terms of, psychoanalyzing it, but more just starting to assess, there's these feelings I'm feeling associated with her. Oh, okay. And that stuff I'm more than happy to talk about. But, I do feel these... And I will be honest with you, it's very hard when you have a dog with, like, the messed up leg that she has, a dog that has a troubled past, a dog that's kind of skittish, which she isn't, but a dog that just has that kind of weak link that will lend you to be overly empathetic to the dog when the dog's actually a pretty stout, capable dog.